What's up, legends? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into Modern Warfare Zombies and we're trying something we have yet to do on the channel. We're going to be reacting to a full, flawless, solo, unstable rift run from CTP. I will also include a link to the video in the comment section down below, pinned. That way you guys can go over there. Make sure you guys hit the like button. And if you guys are interested in checking out more gameplays like this, also be sure to hit this person with a sub because they are almost at 500. It'd be great to see them get over the 500 threshold. And obviously the more that we can help get them toward the 1,000, that would be great as well. From what I can tell, this is a no commentary channel, so there is going to be no commentary throughout this run, which is kind of nice when it comes to a reaction. So we're just going to play through this. There is going to be some parts that I will likely skip, mainly just because the first 3 phases are kind of slower, and the best portion of those is really just going to be the boss fights. Then with phase 4 and 5, we can expect things to heat up quite a bit, so we'll put more focus into those last 2 phases. But essentially, we're just going to go ahead and play through this, see what strategy they use. We know for sure that they aren't using a Scorcher. They're rocking a Reclaimer 18, and of course, they are going to be using a VR11. So it is titled VR11 strat, so of course that is part of this process. But if they do manage to get through this, which I'm assuming by a full, flawless solo run, means they survived the entire run. So I'm excited to dive into it. So let's go ahead and get things started here. All right, a few seconds deep, here we go. So phase 1. Obviously, we know phase 1 isn't too crazy. It's mostly just waiting the 6 minutes or so for that boss fight to come through. Then you can kind of get things rolling the further you get into the phases. But off the rip here, we do see they have the VR11. They also are coming equipped, like we said, with the Reclaimer 18 shotgun. I would imagine at that point, they're probably also running the slugs, as I would anticipate that's the only way you're going to choose to run this, unless you want to add more of a level of challenge. They also do have the Ether Blade, which is going to help them quite a bit throughout this run. And we can see they are also equipped with the Casimirs. Now, up to this point, again, nothing is too crazy here. I honestly haven't ran the VR11 within this rift, so I'm kind of curious, like, does brain rotting the zombies or enemies really help you all that much just because they're so good of a distraction? My anticipation is that's going to be probably a good part of what helps this person survive this run. But so far, things are going a little bit slow. Obviously, now there are some more zombies. Now we can kind of see what the strategy is here. They were up on top of the stairs, kind of just getting out of the way of all of the enemies. They seem like they have a running path that they like to take here. This is interesting, though, because I haven't really tried to train the zombies in this rift yet. And seeing somebody do it kind of makes sense. I think it's going to get a lot crazier, obviously, the later into the rounds they get to try to actually pull this off. But it looks like it is working up to this point. They're not getting overwhelmed too much by the zombies. You don't have to worry about quite as much happening. And they have a lot to work with. Being up here, probably having some brain-rotted activity going on from shooting their VR11, things are going pretty smooth. So like I said, we don't need to watch the entirety of the first few phases. So let's go ahead and skip ahead a little bit here towards more when the boss actually decides to spawn in, which we know will be a little bit further in. I think it's going to be, let's go like right here. And again, make sure you guys hit that link down below, hit this video with a like. This is very impressive to see done. And I would like to probably do more of these in the future. So be sure to let me know down in the comment section below if you guys are enjoying this reaction video, and also just the opportunity for me to shout out some much smaller channels. I'm all about it. If people have some gameplays they would like me to react to and you guys are enjoying these, I am more than happy to do more of these in the future. Looks like they got through that phase pretty quickly. Again, it looks like a lot of the aggro was actually more toward the brain-rotted soldiers, essentially, from the VR11. Get some rewards, of course, and then we can go ahead and skip forward a little bit to the second round. All right, now we're here at the start of the second round, or second phase. Things will be a little hotter than they were in the first one. They won't start quite as slow. It does seem like this brain rot thing is helping tremendously. Like, look where all the zombie aggro is. I mean, part of the issue when you're doing this is just how overwhelming it gets with all of the enemies that you're fighting, especially later on in the run. You end up getting to a point where there's just so many specials or elites. It makes it really hard to even like open your backpack or do anything of that nature. So if you don't have essentially everything you need to survive in that point, I mean, it's kind of a GG, especially solo. They got a good spot here. They're holding it down. The brain-rotted recon guy, or brain-rotted anything, is pretty much helping a lot in this scenario. Look at all the aggro. It's almost free to a certain degree, you know? All right, they're continuing to do pretty well here. Phase 2, again, isn't all that crazy. Looks like a lot of the aggro is going to be on that sentry gun. What a mob buildup. This is absolutely impressive. Mostly, I'm a big fan of strategy, and I'm loving what I'm seeing here. This is a great use of a solid strategy. All right, they're going to go ahead and stay over here in this spot. I don't know if that has anything to do with where the zombies are ending up. I don't have enough experience running this solo, and I honestly don't have a lot of interest to running it solo personally. But this is impressive nonetheless. All right, we'll skip ahead a little bit to where the boss is. Nothing too crazy to see, obviously, in the second phase. Okay, this should be close to where the boss is going to be spawning in. They're going to be going... Oh, they're trying to throw it down right there. That would be an interesting spot. All right, here comes the boss. The bounty is here. Again, shout out to CTP. This is pretty impressive so far. All right, they're all boarded up over there. That's kind of nice. Just got to go up the stairs. Seems like a pretty clear path of where the zombie training is taking place. Basically go to this spot, wait long enough for the horde to make their way over here. So I'm guessing it's like how the zombies are spawning is what makes this easier. Then they can kind of put focus in on the boss here. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised how little they've attacked the boss at this point in this round. But maybe there's a strat that I'm missing here. Maybe it's just getting to this spot, shooting the VR-11. I mean, the slug rounds are absolutely disgusting on the Reclaimer 18. I also got to say, I'm happy to see somebody using that shotgun in here. It further shows how good the shotgun really is. Okay, now the focus is actually on the bounty. I can't tell how much damage it's doing to the actual bounty. Oh, this is risky. This is risky. Well, we know basically from the flawless part of the title that they don't go down within this run, which is even more impressive than just being able to complete this in general. Solo is hard enough. I mean, finding a good strategy is hard enough. Making it through your strategy without going down is just absolutely insane. So as we can see, mostly trying to farm the zombies to one location. Still trying to take out this bounty. That part's taking some time, but you have more than enough time within this run to make that happen. All right, so far things are looking good. It's a perfect Casimir throw, by the way. And the less you have to use of those, the more likely to find success you'll have, because you're going to be picking those up. And opening your backpack throughout this run is insanely risky. But that's round number 2. Nothing too crazy there. We got some precision airstrikes, lots of streaks. I want to point that out. Doesn't look like they have any backup selves. At least I didn't see them right away. But they absolutely have a ton of streaks, which is going to help them throughout this run. So I think that'll be more crucial that they have one backup self. I think that'll be more crucial towards the end when they're trying to defeat the final boss. But we'll just have to wait and see. Any streaks are going to be beneficial throughout this run. So I'm not surprised to see a backpack full of streaks here. All right, now we've made it into phase 3. Things are definitely going to start heating up quite a bit. I really like the use of the energy mine. Personally, that's my favorite field upgrade. And when you're rocking solo, I think it's one of the most beneficial. The amount of zombies and specials and elites you get throughout this is pretty insane. So being able to throw down an energy mine, especially in a situation where maybe you need to climb over the wall to escape or just somehow deplete the numbers that are in front of you, I think throwing down that energy mine is probably one of the top, if not the best field upgrade to have soloing this Rift. Look at the aggro just being locked in on the recon. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. The VR-11 is crazy for this. It's got to be a lot more fun too, right? Add a little layer of difficulty. You're not just flying up into the air the entire time until the boss shows up. Like, this is a true solo run at the unstable Rift here. So far things are going pretty smooth. This strat seems to be working. Definitely seems to help with the flow of zombies and where they choose to spawn in. Shoot the VR-11. The only thing you'd really have to be careful of is running out of ammo, I would think. All right, things are looking good so far. Get rid of that mimicked. It's like blocking the stairs. They can't even get up, which is huge. Go ahead and plate up. That's another thing that's nice about having that golden armor. As long as you're picking up plates naturally, you're going to be able to continue to plate up alongside the golden armor to kind of get into a better scenario quicker. Ooh, that's a close call there. Anytime you lose all of your armor, it's scary. All right, headed back to the other location. In order to make sure we don't obviously have too long of a video here, I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit to the other half or the other part of the phase 3, and then we'll watch pretty much consistently from that point. So we'll go a few minutes into the future, and then we'll continue to watch this strat. All right, now we got a sentry gun back up on the other side. Things getting really scary there. Lots of specials, lots of elite. So from this point forward, I probably won't do too much skipping, except for maybe in between the actual rounds or phases themselves, but perfect strategy and execution so far. And as somebody who likes to play the game smarter, this is something that I would, you know, work towards trying to do if I was interested in running the solo unstable rift. But nonetheless, up to this point, I'm extremely impressed, and this strategy is working flawlessly. Phases 4 and 5 are easily going to be the most entertaining, and I'm curious how crazy things are going to get, because it seems like, honestly, it seems like this VR11 is doing, oh my god, the amount of damage that Stormcaller just took from that hit. It's like if you threw a Casimir, which doesn't seem like they want to do, mostly because then they'll have to try to re-equip it if they have any more in their bag. I guess maybe that's not a big deal. Maybe they're saving it for an emergency. Look how much damage that did. Absolutely insane. CTP, this is crazy. Congrats, Legend, on your success so far throughout this rift. This is insane. It's good to know. VR11 destroys the Stormcaller. And I think, obviously, when you're doing solo, no matter what your strat is, the hardest thing to do is actually defeat the boss. So the best weapon for the job is always going to be what is going to do the most damage. And it looks like the VR11 is going to be that choice. All right, so now they're going to get some more rewards. Another precision airstrike. These precision airstrikes are going to hold it down, I feel, coming up in the future. All right, now round 4 has pretty much begun. This is where stuff starts to hit the fan. I'm really not sure what's going to happen here. The only thing I know for certain is that they don't go down in this run, which is, thinking about that is crazy. How many close calls there's been already leading into the 4th and 5th phase. Here we are in phase 4, of course, but that is insane to think about. That means this next part is going to be insane. Also means that the strategy working out clearly. It is blowing my mind how well, like the turned mercs or whatever, the zombies turned mercs, are like blocking the stairs. Okay, time to move. As soon as you start getting hit too much, time to move, right? Anybody, let me know down in the comment section below, what's the deal with standing in the middle? Does it just help with the flow? Do they not really run into that space? I honestly haven't spent too much time over there. Again, a lot of runs I did were with other people. Didn't really try too much solo. Perfect time for a Casimir. Surprised that no redemption Casimirs were received. Ooh, getting a little squirrely there. Ether Blade coming in clutch. There's that energy mine also coming in clutch. Things are definitely heating up. We're not even to round 5 yet. Impressed by the movement. I don't know if this is the best MWZ player, but it's one of the best I've ever seen based on just how this run has gone so far. Seems to be calm and composed. I don't see any nervous situations yet, at least not to this point. Another sentry gun. Being able to get those few moments to actually be able to open up your backpack and equip another streak is huge. We do see that they have a jug equipped, so I'm wondering if that's the plan for this next boss, or if the plan is to hold on to that for the last one. I'm not sure what makes the most sense. Obviously, this is a very thought out, smart strategy. Like, one thing we can tell from round to round or phase to phase is that they have the exact same plan and they're sticking to it. If it's not broke, don't fix it. You know what I'm saying? If you find a good strategy, stick to it. Like, I feel like, I mean, there is still obvious risk of dying, but I feel like using this strategy that they are right now and playing the way that they are right now, there's a very good chance you could be successful with way more weapons, because obviously the VR11 is doing a lot of the work here. But you could probably rock anything as your other weapon and almost be able to pull it through on this rift. All right, the jug is here. Are they anticipating the boss to come soon? Boss could be coming pretty soon. Only 24 minutes left on the clock. I mean, you don't really get worried until later, right? I know some people were getting under 5 minutes, even in larger parties, just based on how long it was taking to take out the bosses. But now that we have strats and things for people to follow, I don't think it's going to be as much of an issue. Don't worry, just turn some of them into soldiers. They'll help. Just one zombie behind, Ether Blade holding it down. Things getting scary. I mean, look at this. Most of the time's just been spent in this exact same spot for this run, but it's been working almost flawlessly. Just looking down, throwing the energy mine. That's going off, that's hitting everything. There's been a few moments in this that have just been absolutely insane. All right, nice. I'm guessing boss is coming soon, or they're hoping boss is coming soon. This is crazy. There it is. I gotta say too, great timing on the jug. I don't know if they just planned, okay, in 6 minutes, this is where we're gonna be. Oh, that got a little scary, but hey, phase complete. That absolutely was a beautiful strat. But yeah, the timing on that jug throw was beautiful. Had enough time to eliminate some of the specials that were already in the way, and then move right on to the boss, eliminating the boss well before they ran out of time with the jug. Fantastic. Good strats. Obviously, you're gonna waste a lot of your downtime here, dealing with some of the extras, but you know what? Only one left to go. Double backup self. Well, we already know they're not gonna need them, but hey, that's a W. If you make it this far and you get double backup selves, that could be the difference between you surviving and not surviving. All right, back up on this in the spot. Sentry gun is down. Feel like you just got to get the wave started. Like right now, he doesn't have any mercs, so it's going to make this challenge a lot harder. But once you get a few of them, I don't know how long they've actually been surviving, but I feel like you have a few of them, you're pretty much good. They help take away a lot of that aggro that you experience. Going back to the other side. Again, just beautiful execution of a strat that was obviously planned way ahead of time. If you want to do something extremely difficult, I find the best way to do it is, you know, come up with a really good plan. Yeah, almost all of the aggro of the zombies is in that stairway across the way. It's been like that a lot of the time. Whenever there's a large abundance of mercs just from using the VR11, insane. I think a lot of this is just keeping calm, cool, and collected, which clearly they've been able to do. I think a lot of us would be riddled with anxiety or just so much pressure. It would make us insanely nervous throughout this run. Your heart beating a million miles an hour. I'm honestly sure CTP, I'm sure the heart was racing like crazy, or they just done it enough that it's no big deal anymore. Regardless, this has been a phenomenal run. Shoot, if we can, let's try to get them to 1,000 subs. No commentary, high tier, difficult challenge gameplay. We'd love to see it. Keep it up, CTP. Man, this is brave. This is the bravest part. I'm stressed for him. I am stressed for him. This is going pretty smooth, though. Okay, throw that sentry gun down. Disciple. Now, I do want to shout out to my viewer. They know who they are, who recommended I give this, check this out for myself. And I kind of was like, you know what? Let's try something new over here on the channel. Let's do a react video. Give me a chance to shout somebody out alongside just watching some phenomenal, like I said, high tier challenge gameplay in MWZ. So shout out to you know who for recommending I check out CTP, and I'm sure CTP also appreciates that viewer. Things are going smooth. The sentry gun's still holding it down. I forgot to check what the time period was when this round started. But this has been a nice, smooth flow of zombies. I think just being able to control the amount of aggro you have to some degree really just changes the difficulty of this rift. Now, it doesn't change the difficulty of the bosses that you have to deal with. You still need a crystal clear strategy there. But this has been very impressive, to say the least, when it comes to just crowd control. The ability to not get overwhelmed. Almost got that energy mine back. It is getting a little scary as far as ammo for the VR11, but I think maybe that'll help a little bit there. Go down there and get some ammo if there's any available. It's weird they walk straight through that wall, right? Still got 18 minutes left on the clock. This is going beautiful. Very, very close calls throughout this run. A few of them at least. But still, no downs. No downs whatsoever. Lays down, gets rid of the mangler. That sentry gun is coming in clutch. Another energy mine's already back. Hasn't ran out of VR11 ammo this entire time, so doing a very good job at managing the ammo. All right, the big boss is here. This is where it all comes together. What's the strat? Show us, CTP. Show us the strategy. All right, we got a airstrike coming in. Casimir. Is that a Casimir that just popped up? All right, energy mine. Okay. Looks like a lot of stuff's coming up here. That's a good spot to have the boss. Go ahead and put that down. There's no way it kills it that quickly, right? Oh, look how close that was. Oh my god. Things are getting absolutely terrifying here. This is where all the skill is shown off. Because this is like the overwhelming part. Like the hardest part is not being overwhelmed. My god, CTP. You gotta be sweating in this run. Another airstrike, perfectly placed, hopefully to hit the boss, right? I'm anticipating that's the plan with those right now. Boss is getting destroyed. Boss is getting hit. I can't see its health. Bro, how stressful. I can feel it. I can feel the stress coming through my monitor. Now this is insane. Okay, monkey bomb coming through. Another. These airstrikes just doing everything right now. And that is it. Mark of Survivor unlocked. They survived the unstable rift solo. Holy smokes, was that impressive. Again, pin comment down below, link to the video. Make sure you sub to the channel, like this, comment down below on their channel as well, letting them know just how insane that run absolutely was. Big shout out to CTP, not C2P, CTP. And if you guys would like to see me do this again in the future, let me know down in the comment section below what video you'd like to see me try out or check out, and I'll make sure to try that in a future video. Thank you guys for all the support. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.